cold plunges. What are they? Why do people do them? Why have they become somewhat of a new hype for some people? I just recently started to dabble in going and doing cold plunges during the winter months. I never once thought that me, myself, would be willing to jump into cold water and sit in there up to 5 minutes. I did. I started off my first attempt, and I think I stayed in for 45 seconds. I'm like, this is enough. Why am I gonna sit through cold water? It makes my hands tingle, makes my feet hurt, makes me very uncomfortable. Why would I put myself through something like that? So I got out, and the rest of my family stayed in, because it was Christmas Day, and we decided, as a family, let's all do a cold plunge. During that day, it was actually brought up the day before, and my family was like, we should do a cold plunge on, why do we do that? That sounds so stupid. And everyone's like, well, the benefits, health benefits, so on and so forth, mental fortitude. I understand all that, but you could do something like lift weights in the gym, go into below 40 water, and freeze your buns off. Long story short, we went through and did the cold plunge. Like I said, I made it 45 seconds and then I got out. And then it was like 3 days after we went and we decided to do another cold plunge, but with family friends. These cold plunges now almost seem like something we do as a family. I don't know. So we go on and we're like, all right, let's do 90 seconds again. And we were really big into Wim Hof. Still am, or still are. And we were watching his videos, getting prepared, learning his breathing technique, learning the horse stance, and kind of understanding the reason on why people do this. And that day is the day that I kind of fell in love with cold exposure. We went and did 90 seconds that day, and it almost seemed easier. My hands didn't hurt, my feet didn't hurt. I think my mind was just in a better spot right there. And got out. Of course, you're freezing, you're tingling all over your hands, feet, legs, and body up until like your neck or wherever you went down. But I wouldn't say it was easy. Then I started to tell my friends about it. And here's where I have like the clips for it. So we scheduled a day, and me and 3 other friends went down to the same lake. I think the weather was colder right now, actually. I think we were on like Christmas Day and New Year's. I think we were in like 40s. Now we're in low 30s. I'm like, I don't want to do this, but let's go for it. Putting your feet in that cold water, it's a weird euphoria that you get. But like feet all the way down to your neck and probably even your head into these cold, frigid waters to where ice should be on them is super easy. Well, it's not easy. If you're in the right mindset, you can get down. And once again, went for 90 seconds that day. The 90 seconds went by super easy for me. I don't know, I was super calm. And by the end of the 90 seconds, I'm like, why did I stop? I should have went more. So then, me and my one buddy, in this next video that I'm gonna show you, went and decided to do it again, but we were going for 2 minutes to stay. So only 30 more seconds from a regular 90 seconds. It's cold when you first walk in. Your feet hurt, your legs hurt, you're controlling your breathing because you kind of start to panic in a way. And then after the 90 seconds, your body creates a thermal layer. And Wim Hof is really big with like explaining this. It's like the start's really hard, but as soon as you get control of your breathing, you go ahead and it just becomes easy. You can stay in there for 10 minutes. So 90 seconds went by. Like, okay, this sucks. And then the 2-minute mark hit. And the 2 minutes, it was almost like, wow, this is unbelievably easy for me. It doesn't hurt anymore. I'm completely numb. My breathing's under control. I can have a standard conversation. So my buddy's like, yo, we have an Iron Man watching us. And he's like, let's do 30 more seconds. Come on, that's all we need. And then we got to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm like, all right, I'm like done. So I stand up. And when I stood up, it's like, well, I'm just gonna stay in here for another 30 seconds, hit 3 minutes. I'm like, oh, well, now I have to. So I went, dunked myself back into that cold water, and we stayed for the rest of the 30 seconds to hit 3 minutes. Mind you, this was the day to where we got the majority of the snow because this huge polar vortex was coming through the United States. I ended up actually staying a little bit longer than him because I got out of the water, so I should dunk myself back in at that 3 minutes. So he hit his 3 minutes, and then since I got up, I tortured myself by I went in for another 5 more seconds because I feel like that's how long I was out of the water. And then we were in the car and we're like, wow, that's not that bad. I understand why you can do 5 to 6 minutes in this water. And the main idea of doing these cold plunges, like I said, is if you're saying you're gonna do something, you better do it. And that's the main part of Project 24. I gotta learn to trust myself. When I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, even if I don't want to do it. Sit down and get the work done, and ice baths, saunas, working out, it'll all mesh together and make you a better, well-rounded